Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video, we are going to be taking a look at the Artificial Lifeforms Extreme Super Battle Road stage and basically, see just how good or how difficult, etc. this stage is. Honestly speaking, like all things considered, I do personally think that Artificial Lifeforms right now is very hard carried by the Majin Buu team for me. Like, I know there are very good units on Artificial Lifeforms. I mean, there's Cellmax, there's Bio Broly, but because of the way the leads currently work, I'm not such a huge fan of running them. Obviously you should if you can. But like, for example, Artificial Lifeforms, for me as a category, like, needs a new lead and needs a support. I think it really needs like a support. Cellmax is great, really, really good. I think, Majin Buu also pretty solid as well. Gamma 1 as a lead, also pretty good. I will say he's pretty solid. There is no like outright 200% lead for the category, which I think is one of the big issues, or a really good one. Like, you can have a cell that is 170% Artificial Lifeforms, and then is also like, how can I say, 30% power absorption and 30% androids or something, and that should cover most like boos and everything like that. I know there's obviously a cell that is power absorption and 30% androids, which helps a little bit, but so basically, like, I think a lead could go a long way, and I think a support could go a long way. Right now, the only real support we have is like the int free-to-play LR Metal Cooler Army. The AGL Cell 1, or Cell Juniors I should say, aren't really a good support. Like, they are kind of, but they're not really, because they're not amazing. Like, they're solid, but I wouldn't say absolutely busted as a support. So we need a little bit of synergy there. We need a little bit of everything, because Artificial Lifeforms is just all over the place. You want to run Cellmax, you also want to run all the Buu units generally. You also have Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, but they are more super class orientated. Then Baby doesn't really fit into the picture. You have Janemba as well, or some versions of Janemba. So it's just a little bit all over the place. For me, personally, I think just needs a new lead, and also ideally needs a new support. I think if that can happen, I think things are a lot better. I don't understand why Android 21 is not there. I think that would have helped out a lot as well. But generally speaking, I think that's just needed, because like Metal Coolers, Cellmaxes, Bio Broly's, Boos, they're just linking a bit funky. With that being said, this team is obviously Buu based, so we're going with like the int Boos, great unit by the way, revive, skills, skip, etc. I don't really have to explain why we're taking them. And the reason I want to run the Buu team is because I want to run a friend AGLR Super Buu. So even though it's going to diminish our overall leader skill, the reason I want to run it is because AGLR Buuhan is just very good, really. And he's great in this SBR, ESBR situation because of his ability to stun and his ability to do damage. Remember, he has a AoE attack for his 18 key, and it has a chance of stunning. Now, of course, Cellmax also has an AoE attack that you can use, and also is a 150% boost. But he doesn't have a chance to stun. He only greatly lowers. And although he is great, and you should probably use him as well, I just really found that without a good linking partner, and no one really to carry the big bad bosses for him until you transform Buuhan, maybe Kid Buu, but Kid Buu, So for me, I went for the AGL Buu, just because of linking and ease of use. But you could definitely use Cell Max. In fact, you could probably just run double Cell Max. Really, you probably feel the same result. Buy Burly does help out with that, which is great from a free-to-play perspective. But the boos just feel really nice to me. Also really like using the Strength Boo, another great AoE unit that also has stunning capabilities. And this can make things really, really straightforward. The physical Buhan, the non-LR version, also has a seal, attack down, defense down, and these are very useful mechanics to use. Every single one of these fights is against multiple enemies. So we want to try and maximize our AoE situation as much as possible, and our stunning situation as much as possible. I do think Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 could be used, but I'm not entirely happy with how they link with extreme units, and right now I just think the blue team works best. That's as simple as that. Cell, unfortunately, Int Cell is still good, but needs catering to. And the thing with cells is they need to link with each other. So Int Cell really needs like a good linking partner that can kind of mesh really, really well with him. I think he and Cell Max share a decent chunk of links. And I think that does help him a little bit. But what I will say is, like, the Cell aspect and just Android Cell Saga in general needs a bit of a revamp. It's just not in like a super good place. Yeah, he shares 3 links. He shares Big Bad Bosses, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power, but no key links, which is like the big issue with Cell Max. Cell Max is more like second form cell orientated, so he doesn't share like Gentleman or Messenger from the Future or Ultimate Life Form, which is a little bit of a shame, because that would have been great to really boost Int Cell quite a bit. But yeah, basically, like right now, Android Cell Saga is not in the craziest space, so I definitely think it needs a little bit of a revamp. And I think with that, Cell will get a boost, and that will help, generally speaking, with artificial life forms. But again, it's just they're all on distinctly different wavelengths. So it's very difficult to just say like, oh, this is the best way to do it. This is the best way to do it. Because there's so many different variations of team that you can use that honestly doesn't really matter. This is the team I went with because it's got the double AoE. You can make it triple AoE if you have your own AGL Buhan, or Boo, sorry, Super Boo. You could also do a similar thing if you just run double Cell Max. Really, just depends on how you want to go. The stunning is very helpful, especially if you're trying to do no item runs. The stunning does tend to help out, and will make your life a lot easier. But of course, it just depends on how everything ends up getting set up. For me, overall, artificial life forms is in an okay space. I think ultimately it could be a lot better. So I'm not really going to comment too much on that. But I think it definitely has enough different team builds to kind of roll with this ESBR. Personally speaking, at least, that's just how I feel. I think ultimately you should have enough to really get everything going and not have too many crazy issues. But yeah, that's really it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you did, and let me know if you have any team building questions. Obviously, you can gladly help, or just share your build that you used. And it's always great to see what other people are using. I think it's always entertaining. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Bye.